Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto Naruto Next Generations discussion. And today, I want to talk to you guys about a major bombshell from Boruto Chapter 75 and the future ramifications of said bombshell, what they'll be on the Boruto manga moving forward. As we all know, Boruto Chapter 75 confirmed for us that the Otsutsuki god is not only real, but his body's been left behind, and he's not technically dead, but instead he's someone who's ascended beyond the limitations of life, death, and rebirth. If we look at that from a Buddhist perspective, which is the inspiration behind quite a bit of Naruto's lore, he's basically ascended beyond the cycle of samsara, which samsara was used as the foundation for the 6 past powers in Naruto's manga. Longtime viewers of the channel know that. However, given all this information about the Otsutsuki god, one question that we've had as a community is what will come of this new revelation that we have in the manga? Is the Otsutsuki god going to make his presence known on Earth? Have all the deaths of the countless Otsutuski in a short period of time garnered his attention? And if so, who in Naruto's world will be the first person to discover the truth, and what would they do with it? I think we all can agree that after the last manga chapter, where the reveal of Shibai Otsutsuki, the god of the Otsutsuki clan, we all know that Masashi Kishimoto as a writer was cooking up something for the story, something I told you guys. From the very moment the story began to slow down after Ishiki presented himself to Code, I said that Kishimoto was going to go into setup mode to cook something up, and in hindsight, Kishimoto wasn't just the source of those "what is he cooking" thumbnail memes that you see all over Twitter, but he's also cooking something up the same way that Chef Kashi and Koji on opening night of his Toad restaurant cooked up that fresh Konohamaru burger with an extra side of curly fries because Afro Konohamaru got put to rest right there. And he's cooking something up the same way that the chefs at Cook Unity make their amazing meals, which is also the sponsor of today's video. Listen up, ladies and fellas, it's time to soften up your tsundere heart. Cook Unity is the first chef to you meal delivery service made up of over 70 chefs who believe that good food should be for everyone, especially those of us who don't want to miss a single moment in Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Each and every week, award-winning chefs craft hundreds of globally inspired meals from vegetarian to paleo and everything in between. It doesn't matter if I'm making something for myself or if I'm making something for the girlfriend. The food is so high quality, it's going to be satisfaction guaranteed. Meals are delivered fresh, never frozen, and the menu rotates every week, so there's always something new to try. As someone who continues to build my body back into peak form, eating meals that get my macros and micros is super important to me, but between uploading to 3 different YouTube channels, sometimes cooking is the last thing I feel like doing, which is why I love what Cook Unity offers. And most importantly, they use real ingredients, nothing artificial, with humanely raised meat and organic ingredients. For me personally, my pre-workout meal came from Chef Lamar Davison's chicken and shrimp gumbo. That had the right amount of carbs and seasoning and flavor and proteins to it to where I could eat it and it didn't feel too heavy before I went to go work out. With Chef Andres Mendez sheet pan chicken and butternut squash and apples, that hit the spot as a post-workout meal. And when you have Chef Dustin Taylor's curry chicken and spiced cauliflower, that's just a really nice meal to eat during the downtime after I finish uploading the video. The meals are already made, so it was just a matter of putting them into the oven for a few minutes. This super flexible subscription allows you to pause it, skip meals, or outright cancel. You want to go to cookuni.com/Naruto or click the link in the description, and you'll want to use my promo code Naruto50 to get 50% off your first order of Cook Unity meals in order to try them out yourself. So here's the thing we have to keep in mind right now. While Amato is doing all this lore dump for the Otsutsuki clan, there's something that we as a fandom have overlooked. Since Boruto's manga's begun, really ever since Boruto's era began in Naruto chapter 700 and in Naruto Gaiden, which are chapters 701 to chapter 710, Sasuke has always been the main one to stumble across things Otsutsuki clan related, and he's been the first person to make contact in manga format each step of the way. In Naruto chapter 700, we see Sasuke on his journey, which we know he was looking for intel on the Otsutsuki clan. In Naruto Gaiden, during the flashback where he speaks to the 5 Kage, Sakura and Shikamaru, Sasuke says that there's a threat beyond Kage that he's worried about. In Boruto's manga, it was Sasuke who first came into contact with Momoshiki and Kenshiki. It was Sasuke whose rinnegan deciphered the code that was brought to him, where it was revealed that Kaguya wrote down Momoshiki and Kenshiki by name as the two beings who were coming to take her away for eating the chakra fruit. It was Sasuke who stumbled across Jigen and saw the hologram of Ishiki Otsutsuki and found out that Jigen could transform into a semi-Ishiki Otsutsuki. Unfortunately, it was Sasuke who learned the hard way, Momoshiki taking over Boruto's body. It wasn't just a fluke, which made the rinnegan go pokey pokey faster than Orochimaru used to go pokey pokey with small children he did experiments on. Amado might be the first one to name drop Shibai Otsutsuki, but if we follow the point of pattern in the narrative, it's very likely that Sasuke is going to make the first contact with Shibai Otsutsuki when that time inevitably comes, which means our boy Sasuke is in graver danger than he's ever been before. We have to admit that. Unlike all the other times where he's had the rinnegan that allowed him to be a headache for the various Otsutsuki who he encountered, this time there is no rinnegan to rely upon. To say that this is a dangerous situation for Sasuke, that's an absolute understatement. When we factor in the fact that Sasuke already has death flags, it's not something we Sasuke fans are gonna want to discuss. Batman Sensei dying is something I don't think any of us are prepared for, but the death flags for Sasuke, they are there. He's been stripped of his rinnegan, his most valuable asset. He said to Boruto, the next one between the two of them who have to prove their resolve for the village is gonna be him. A clear, ominous line given the context of their conversation centered around Boruto letting himself be killed to protect the village. Sasuke's cloak and sword are in Boruto's possession during the flash forward sequence, with no sign or mention of Sasuke. Sarada in the anime has asked Sasuke how to attain the Mangekyo's Sharingan, and he shut down the conversation right away because getting Mangekyo's Sharingan means seeing the death of somebody that you love. Sasuke's death has the seeds planted for a narrative heartbreak, and I'll be honest with you, given that Kakashi dying in the Pain arc broke me and Jiraiya dying a couple arcs before that absolutely shattered me and made me cry like a baby when the chapters came out, I'm very likely gonna lose it if Sasuke does die, because Sasuke is one of my favorite characters. However, the only consolation to Sasuke being killed off in this manner is you have the Otsutsuki God. If the pattern holds, he's going to be the first one we see come into contact with Shibai Otsutsuki from the main Konoha cast. Can you think of anything more fitting for Sasuke in terms of death than Sasuke going all out fighting the god of the Otsutsuki? The only thing that will be more monumental will be Sasuke staring down an army of the Otsutsuki, fighting them off by himself, and the only thing more heartbreaking would be if Boruto was the one that killed Sasuke because Momoshiki took over his body, but we all know Boruto's not going to kill Sasuke. If something like that happened, Boruto as a character would be shattered. It would be very symbolic for Sasuke to die at the hands of the Otsutsuki god. While Masashi Kishimoto does not use Greek mythology for his writing, I'm going to make a reference to something that's written down in ancient Greece. Remember the story of Icarus, the boy who flew too close to the sun and the wax melted off his wings and he fell to his death? It's a similar thing. Sasuke isn't just the type to say, well, I have no rinnegan now. I can't investigate the Otsutsuki clan any further. Sure would be a shame if one of them just popped up randomly in Konoha. No rinnegan, can't investigate. No, Sasuke's the type to keep looking for ways and uncover paths that nobody previously thought existed. It would not shock me if Sasuke somehow uncovered a path to Shibai Otsutsuki's body. We all know that that body was left behind, but what we don't know is where is the body. But what we do know is that Amado at the very least teased that he had access to the body, which is a huge sign that it's potentially somewhere on Earth or in one of those abandoned car hideouts. If it is hidden in one of the abandoned car hideouts, are we going to be shocked if Sasuke were to check behind Saiyan the Anbu? I don't know about you, but I'm gonna say I wouldn't be shocked. Sasuke can see things with his Sharingan that Sai's Anbu could have missed, especially if there's a chakra signature that's being erased, because we know that the Sharingan can see chakra as a color, even when that chakra is being suppressed, which is something we know the Otsutuski clan do naturally, which is erase their chakra signature in battle, which is why Naruto in his 6-pass chakra mode could not track Jigen when he shrank down, but Sasuke could follow his movements because his Sharingan can still see chakra as a color. Even when the chakra signature itself is being erased, the chakra is still there. If Shibai's body was naturally erasing its chakra, Sasuke could still see the chakra itself. It'd still be that moment of opening up Pandora's box. And if Pandora's box does get opened, I wonder what that means for Sasuke. That being said, I'm not 100% sure if the manga continues with the theme of Sasuke being the first one to make contact with some Otsutuski threat. This feels like it's going to be an endgame scenario if you limit it to Shibai Otsutsuki, and I personally don't think that Sasuke makes it to the end game of Boruto. I think before that happens, he's going to be pulling up to the Uchiha barbecue in the sky with Sakura's homemade potato salad that's packed with raisins and mayonnaise. I don't think our boy is going to make it to the final stage. I'm curious to know you guys' thoughts on this. While you think that over, click here to watch this Naruto Explain video, or click here for this Kryptonian Saiyan video.